Oke guys, kita lanjut ke game yang kedua antara Burmese Ghouls melawan Deus Vult. Giliran Dlar yang pakai cici ya, dan Kid Bomba dia pakai Yuzong guys. Baterai aja.
Yeah, and immediately here we can see why Yuzong is being picked after after CC, because Kid Bomba definitely knows something in terms
Dulu
of how
Kid Bomba
to
sih Yuzongnya OP parah
lane,
guys
and
di M5
immediately
ya.
Link is going to explain to kind of like secure the safety of the CC probably, and yeah.
Yeah, you're seeing double Impure Rage picked up from Magister, Sunset Lover. We'll be able to deal some additional magic damage as this game goes on. On the opposite side of the table, though, you're seeing Nico pick up the Impure Rage. And Saksa, interesting enough, we'll pick that up on the Martis. We did see a Martis run a Concussive Blast, but this time around, since he is in the jungle, looks like he's going in more for the damage. But her early rotation so far from Deus Vult, looks like the Guinevere will be in the jungle this time. We want to kind of see how this plays into effect, but there's some decent CC so far for the side of Deus Vult.
Ini Sunset Lover pakai hero yang dimana lagi meta banget ya. Lah, Magister tumbang bro.
Bomba here, but way too far is going Magister on the Guinevere and gets picked off, and it might resolve the early turtle. And as well, the second ultimate on the Martis, decapitating more person, kinda way too aggressive plays by the Deus Vult now.
Soalnya tadi game pertama juga gitu ya.
Yeah, and you got to be careful when that Martis is on
Awalnya
the table.
bantai-bantai, adiknya terbantai.
Aggression, especially with the decimation and getting that level 4 within that first 2 minutes. And there you go, already up 2-0, opening up the opportunity for Saksa to be able to take this turtle with no contest.
Kid Bomba.
Kid Bomba trying to fight it out. The Terrify goes down from Sunset Lover on the Dlar, but now the Shaw Essence activated, not able to keep him alive. Dlar will be able to secure the kill. 3-kill lead for the side of Burmese Ghouls in the battle on the top side on the way. Hiko very low and Blink there for a possible setup if he tries to overextend.
Yeah, and now Dlar getting his snowball into the game, and the Magister not going for, nobody goes for the lane. Lane is just being melted by the turret, which absolutely bad thing to happen in this kind of games, because there are almost 2k gold advantage already, and just because of the bottom lane, which is not being farmed by no one. Like Rixana tried to go for the bot lane, but being zoned out by the CC and
Bomba.
the Yuzong as well. Proc the Shah Essence here, but I guess he cannot zone out anymore, the CC, because she got 1 level advantage.
Yeah, definitely gonna have a 1 level advantage, and
Jadi yang disorot udah pasti Kid Bomba sama Dlar guys ya.
But honestly, even in the last match, this is kind of similar, right? Burmese Ghouls was leading the way in the early game, and Deus Vult was able to find their rhythm and turn it around. So can Burmese Ghouls maintain this lead? That's where they kind of had a problem last match. Looking at a huge advantage though, typically we're starting to see the Martis kind of scale a lot better in today's matches when it comes to the early phase. Now, looking at Magister, he's still running the Guinevere, could get some possible decent knockups. He has the spatial migration to be able to kind of test the boundaries on the side of Burmese Ghouls, but it wasn't really working in his favor, finding his first death, which means he is slightly trailing behind inside of the jungle compared to Saksa. He is down by 1 level. Hiko Dale still trying to make up, hasn't fallen yet. He is running this Claude versus the carry on Stitch. Both of them late game damage dealers, and it's really just going to be dependent on how the neutral objectives go for who can scale a little bit better, or if either side can get a gank to the gold lane.
Yeah, but the gank is on Explain, probably being prioritized this time. Even
Turtle yang kedua guys.
On top is being contested by the Claude here with Demon Hunter Sword, actually is already on, and
nah, yang dapat Saksa guys ya, kelas banget guys.
Magister, which is Guinevere, used his ultimate defensively just to dodge the airborne effect, and the
4-0 menit 4 guys.
Both teams are disengaged, but it feels like Deus Vult is not slightly behind anymore.
Tapi kalau sampai Burmese Ghouls kalah lagi sih deja vu game pertama cuy. Tonton dulu game pertamanya ya.
To allow Saksa to be able to take that turtle. Looked like they were not going to be able to get it, and then at the last second, with the battle of patience and mastery, they're able to pull it off, extending their lead like you mentioned. Now up by 3,000 gold, but Saksa
dibawa ke BMI-nya ya.
with the decimation. He's able to get one. Stitch gets another Magister. Finds Stitch to respond though. That's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade on the top side. 6-1 on the scoreboard. Burmese Ghouls leading the way, but now the 2v1 matchup. Violent Requiem on the Magister. Not gonna be able to get away. And Nico with the power of the IMU.
Dikasih yang KW ya guys ya.
Yeah, and things are starting to look bad for Deus Vult, especially from Yuzhong. He can't kind of like back into the game because he cannot stand on the lane being farmed, and Hiko jumping in actually on the bot lane, tried to defend and didn't pop his ultimate, but already lower than half of HP, eventually defend the turret, but it's dangerous to stay on the X plane now. Grok is coming in trying to help Pain with his health, and War Axe is added on the CC. Even more damage is going to be there. 6 minutes into the game only, but already ramping up.
Yeah, but a similar situation, even though Burmese Ghouls is up by 6 kills, they have a hard time translating this into turrets. They may be able to get the bot side though. Looks like Sawo is not going to go in for the defensive stance. It's just going to let them take that one, but may be able to find an answer elsewhere, as you are seeing some heavy aggression, spatial migration going out from Magister. But again, Deus Vult finding a hard time engaging in these objectives and team fights up against the Burmese Ghouls for round 2.
Yeah, it's because of the Martis. It's like hard to play on the Martis
Sawo.
here, and trying to go straight into the Grok, forcing to use ultimate and just run away, but the follow up on the damage first slow down the Winner here, but still catches up, stacking her passive really good, and on top of that ultimate with the
nice banget bro.
The flicker ultimate on the Valentina was stolen from the Grok, insanely good.
Yeah, Stitch will fall. Socks
akhirnya pecah telur guys ya, cuma ya tetap aja guys. Burmese Ghouls masih unggul ya.
7 kills up for the Burmese Ghouls, 3,000 gold lead, and 1 turret advantage. But it looks like Dlar is trying to even this out. Going up against Skibomba on the top side though in the 1v1 matchup, doing well defending his lane. Do we see Burmese Ghouls holding this lead though? They were able to actually translate their kills into a turret this time around, which is where they fell short in the last match. As we are looking at some of the items popping up on the board, looking at the gold difference just from both marksmen.
Golden stuff udah diamankan oleh Nico
against Hiko so far. Hiko picking up that Demon Hunter sword. We'll be able to soak into the Minotaur, possibly the Martis as well. But when you're looking at the carry, picking up that golden staff, also has the swift boots for some additional attack speed, and the corrosion scythe. We'll be able to deal some slow upon impact when battling it out in these 5v5 engagements.
On the try to catch up, but the absolutely aware Stitch is absolutely aware of this kind of stuff and just jump bottom side, and the top side is going to be pressured. The last not last actually, it's only first tower on the bot lane, but the second tower on the top lane is being pressured as
Dlar 1 lawan 3 guys.
Counter attack here on Dlar, airborne effect is not enough, trying to slow the first kill on the Grok, and eventually
masih menang Dlarnya guys ya. Specialist 1x1 guys.
Yeah, still unable to find a turret, losing both tier 1 turrets on the top and bot side for the side of Deus Vult. Stitch able to claim the tier 2. Burmese Ghouls dominating so far in the early game, but Magister may be able to take the mid, falling short, but 1 HP. If they can get that, this may be a turnaround, as that turret will open up the opportunity for Deus Vult to invade the orange and purple buff and the jungle for the side of Burmese Ghouls with a little bit more security.
Yeah, I just thinking that Valentina is such a huge pick for Burmese Ghouls, because it's almost every time. Okay, later there's the fight here. Carry is forced to use Purify just to run under turret. Black Dragon form is kind of tried to follow the fight, but fight didn't prolong enough.
Yeah, and you are still seeing that 7 kill lead for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Get Bomba trying to front line, deal some damage, is running this Yuzhong. Now,
Lord yang pertamanya belum dicolek-colek
able to win pretty much every major objective so far. Can they get this turtle, or Lord, will we see Deus Vult turn this around? I mean, they are overly extending. They don't have any turrets on the top side to really run back to if things do go a little faulty for them, but they're not as scared to take this fight. You see them still wrapping around for a possible setup, special migration going in for the knockup on the Socks, but now
Magister malah mati guys.
Nico will find Magister using
harapan bangsa satu-satunya Nico. Jangan recall dulu, itu lawan lo itu lo apa namanya?
Yeah, Magister
tim kuda hitam bro, zaman M series.
The first skill of the Vixana, and he did, but it was kind of premature here, because all of the Burmese Ghouls was there to like counter-attack this with the flicker and the stolen again stolen growth ultimate, like just such a big factor of this. And seems like Deus Vult couldn't adapt their draft on the or underestimated the Valentina here, because it's a big factor. She's gonna steal this big CC and gonna land it just on you.
Yeah, they're gonna have to trust in Hiko for the late game damage now, as we are now at the 10-minute mark. 6,000 gold lead for the Burmese Ghouls, increasing that by 2,000 just within the last 60 seconds. 4-0 and 2 on Saksa. Highest kills of this game, leading the way with the Martis in the jungle. Highest kills for the side of Deus Vult, Magister, 2, 4, and 0. Down with 4 deaths though, having a little bit of a struggle this time around compared to the last game. Lord making his way on the top side to the inhibitor. 50% HP will get bursted down. And it looks like Burmese Ghouls will not be able to take the tier 2 turret or the inhibitor as well. Still holding on to the tier 2 for the bot side. Burmese Ghouls having the map advantage.
Yeah, and enjoying just the second turret being farmed here on the bot lane. Probably gonna deft this one. A mortal coin being popped just to run away, and the the reflected damage on the Claude is pretty big as well. And still, Burmese Ghouls just like realize they can push it and like to return back just to finish the job off.
Yeah, now the question is, can Burmese Ghouls close this out? We see a lot of teams get to this point and not be able to close the game. Deus Vult now in a position where they have to defend for their lives. They need to be able to stop Burmese Ghouls from pushing into their base and taking their base crystal and playing to the late game for Hiko to get those core items he's looking for. Already has the Demon Hunter Sword, the Golden Staff, and the Corrosion Sight. 7,800 gold, slightly behind Stitch, who is 1,000 head, just picked up the Wind of Nature to negate the physical damage. We are going to be seeing this lore spawn in the next 50 seconds. That's definitely going to be Burmese Ghouls' next major objective to kind of focus in on. They're not going to put pressure, though, onto the side of the jungle for Deus Vult, which is a little bit interesting. I thought they would have kind of contested their buffs and tried to force them to come out so they could pick them off one by one, but Deus Vult ready to take the fight to the mid lane.
Yeah, Burmese Ghouls seems like want to camp this like unorthodox spot, which is like side bush, and to super surprised attack, but nobody is there, but they like AFK on this, because this is actually smart, because if you like having Lord on top, probably one hero is going to split push bot side, right? And they try to pick this hero up, but Deus Vult seems like understanding that nobody is there on the map, so
Lord
they
yang
probably
kedua,
like,
guys, ya.
can predict this kind of gank.
Kita lihat aja, bro.
Yeah, looks like they are going to go in for a possible Lord push. Does Burmese Ghouls bait out Deus Vult? Is this a fight they can take, especially with the 5,000 gold deficit? This could be everything on the line if Deus Vult tries to even contest this. You are looking at some great zoners, though, from the side of Burmese Ghouls, and it looks like they will be able to take it. Not the fight Deus Vult can handle, and they notice it. Sawo, though, will be able to take the mid lane turret, trying to get a trade before the storm will fall.
Clearing ini guys, clearing apa namanya minionnya ya.
Because you can easily lose the game straight
Onyx
right here.
belum mulai, gue udah ngantuk banget guys, parah memang ya.
Additional bit for extra items coming in. Don't care about the enemy items anymore, because they are heavily have a much better farm than them, but yeah, trying to defend this time on the mid lane. Way too far goes the Flood and gets ripped off a little bit and forced to use his second skill to go back.
Yeah, and you're starting to see Burmese Ghouls inch their way up the map to try and close this out. Their lanes are pretty much synced. Bot side a little short possibly, but Burmese Ghouls may try and find a way to open up the base here, as the Lord is going to crash into the inhibitor for the top side. Deus Vult on the defense, trying to hold them off from evening out this series. There goes the Lord crashing in. Down goes the inhibitor for the top lane. Kid Bomba taking some massive hits, though. Will be down to 50% HP. Needs to get back. Saksa on the chase. Saksa already leading with the highest kills of this game on the Martis in the jungle. Kid Bomba, though, not going to go back for the regen. Turns around, use the Soul Grip in the Furious Dive. Will be able to clear out the minions and force Burmese Ghouls out of their base.
Yeah, pretty good defense, though. I guess Burmese Ghouls should go for the bottom lane tower at least. I mean, you don't want to like hold it, okay? You don't want to hold the game. You want to get pressure enemy, and if they hold it, kind of like ballista being farmed. Yeah, nobody pushed. They clearly
Malah
could went for the
diamankan oleh
bot
Hiko
tower
ya.
here. They didn't. I don't know, but we'll see. It's too early to judge here.
Waduh,
Yeah, definitely
itu
too early.
bocor
Look
parah
at the
bro.
damage on Blink.
Hati-hati loh.
Almost shredded him. Melted him like some hot butter on a Sunday morning right there. Deus Vult. 2 to 10 though, still behind.
That's Demon Hunter's sword for you. Against high HP target with low armor.
We kind of talked about it too. The later this game goes, the better it'll be for Hiko, who hasn't found a kill so far. But I mean, just looking at the damage he provided to Blink is looking very promising. And like you said, the later this game goes, once you're past that 45,000 gold mark, I mean, you're into the late game. Everybody's going to have full items available. And you're already seeing right there the Claw, Demon Hunter Sword, Golden Staff, Corrosion Scythe, and the Wind of Nature stacked up with the Middle. He is ready to take the fight to Burmese Ghouls' home turf.
And the Valentina with the Grok ultimate is going to be such a big factor, because now they get this double AoE CC here, and it's so hard to play against, even if you're a good player. Every time it's hard to play.
Solid spot out to in the bush. Wild Charge connecting, hitting Blink. Black Dragon from Kid Bamba falls out the play, dives in, gets Blink. Big stun, Furious dive in, big knockup on the way. Now focus onto Lord Kid Bamba, very low, able to get out the shot. Essence, Turn of Guardian, zoning out the side. Burmese Ghouls and both teams will disengage.
Adanya recall semua ya.
Yeah, nobody will fall, but it's a good sign for Deus Vult actually. Gonna try to.
Itu dari Burmese Ghouls masih ada 6 turrets guys. Dan dari Devu tinggal 2 doang ya, 2 best turret doang cuy.
He's trying to understand what's going on here, and
pada
nothing's going
tumbang
on.
loh.
Deus Vult doing the exact same thing they did last game, trying to bait out the enemies.
Yeah, but Kid Bamba top side, he is going to clear those minions, which means they don't have the numbers, and Burmese Ghouls does see him up there, so it looks like they are going to try and go for the Lord play, but it looks like Kid Bamba is going to be able to close that distance just in time to be able to take this fight. The question is who will be able to pull this off. Lord at about 30% HP, and Burmese Ghouls pulling the aggro. Deus Vult ready for the counterplay.
Kira-kira yang dapat siapa? Blink.
We'll drop that Guardian's Barrier, but the knocker from Blink, but no, Fury not going to connect though. Baited out the utility. Kid Bamba with the Black Dragon hovering around. We'll use it as an escape mechanism.
Bisa aja masuk guys.
Battle it out patiently. Realize he's chunked pretty low, but there goes the Lord. 25% HP. Burmese Ghouls having ground
yang
control.
dapat injak tipis. Aduh, Menyakitkan bro, gila. Ya ini saatnya guys.
Very low. Immortality has been proc. Sunset Lover on the chase. Guardian's Barrier dropped down to block off the tunnel, and Burmese Ghouls will have to push back to their base. Deus Vult claiming the Lord.
Sama-sama level 15 ya.
Yeah, and the Retribution game was so on point. Like Martis, look at this pam. Martis smite, low HP, and the Retribution from the Magister finished them off. But even though Valentina went in with the Grok ultimate to stun Guinevere to not let her Retribution, and but the damage wasn't there. Like Retribution wasn't enough from the Martis, and the Guinevere went out of stun and just finished off the Lord, and now the counter attack.
Yeah, the counterplay. Deus Vult finding the opportunity they were looking for. Found the needle in the haystack. And now all they have to do is pull it out. They are going for a possible game ender to close out the series with a 2-0 sweep. They do have the Lord, but they don't have minions on the side lanes, and it will be bursted down by the side of Burmese Ghouls. Do they maintain the pressure, though, or do they pull back and take this fight again with the next neutral objective? They are going in for the clash. Kid Bamba, is this the play? Is this the move? Black Dragon's
sama-sama tinggal
satu dan
satu turret guys di atas ya.
Kind of like showing the Burmese Ghouls how
dua best turretnya aja tumbang guys. Wah terpak guys.
Enjoying just like only one.
Dari segi duit beda tipis doang sekarang ya. Kalian itu sendiri aja guys, 54,7, 55,4 ya.
Yeah, equalized.
Ya tipis parah guys itu guys.
Even though it's 2 kills for Deus Vult, and it's still an even game. Like I said, now it's the late game. It's just going to boil down to who can kind of execute a little bit better in the 5v5 engagements, and who will kind of step out of position first and make the mistake. Now, looking at Deus Vult, the damage from Hiko is definitely there. Kid Bamba doing great on opening up with this Black Dragon. Sunset Lover, good spatial migrations in to be able to bait out some utility and also take some neutral objectives. Was able to steal that Lord, which kind of helped them turn this game around. But the question is, how long can they maintain this, right? I mean, even when you see Kid Bomba rushing with the Black Dragon, he's taking some serious blows from Stitch over there on the carry, and it's keeping him from being able to engage how he would like to. But speaking of engagement,
Stitchnya malah mati, guys.
Marksman will fall for the side of Burmese Ghouls. That is huge. Without the marksman, they can push, they can end, and they see the opportunity. Can still play called in the petrify, the knockup, the Fury's die. Over there from Kid Bomba, raising the banners for Russia, leading the way for Deus Vult.
Dlar
Trying to close out this game.
malah mati,
2-0.
guys.
Nico will take down Dlar though. 2 for none trade.
Nico mati.
Nico.
Nice banget tadi, bro. Gila, Kid Bomba mati, guys. Gelo. 2 tuker 2, bro.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Sama-sama guys, Eclipse sama God Lanernya yang mati loh. Bisa gitu ya.
Now they are again even. Actually not
Super
that
OP,
even
guys, ya.
because first hero Stitch is going to respawn kind of earlier. So Burmese Ghouls might go for the 4 versus 3 Lord here. Might at least try for that, but yeah, Nico find Hiko. Yeah, that's exactly what happened here, and kind of overextension here. Deus Vult should enjoy probably 1 or 2 kills and went for Lord, but you never know. Like if you would know the future.
Wah iya, Nico. Wah, astaga guys, Winter Truncheon. Aduh, belum sempat dipencet udah mati ya. Bisa guys, kayak gitu guys. Stitch kalau sampai gak beli Immortal parah sih. Walah, Dlar mati guys. Kali masih aman dia ya. Immortal doang yang pecah, bro. Ih, sumpah Stitch beli Windtalker guys, dia guys, gila. Wah, saksa mati sih. Kita tumbang bro. Minion jangan sampai di-push minion ya. Aduh ya, ini ente sih guys. Sumpah ente bro, yakin gua. 2 lawan 5 cuy. 4 player dan 1 Lord ya. Gimana gak mati ya, gimana gak ente ya guys ya. 3 guys sekarang 3. Sumpah hitonya fokus Iko fokus guys ya. GG guys ya, dan nice try lah ya. Masih ada 1 kesempatan lagi guys buat Burmese Ghouls ya. Jadi ya semangat lah buat Dlar lah ya guys ya. Oke guys, kita lanjut ke match selanjutnya ya guys ya. Bye bye.